Uh, Hi John. We're at what day? Today's the 3rd of September. And what's the townland here, Michael? Where are we? Tarman. We're in Tarman
Yeah, Tarman Spirituality Centre.
Spirituality Centre in Glendalough. And what's your name, please?
My name, John, is John Holden, and I was born here in Glendalough. In fact, I was born in the house in Glendalough,
Right.
not in the hospital. So
Yeah,
I'm a true native of the valley.
you are.
Yeah,
You are.
and
you.
I just love the place.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
All my family are, most of them, I should say, are buried in the graveyard.
Yes.
And there's I have a grand uncle there, who was a guide at the Upper Lake in Glendalough.
What was his name?
And it was Paddy Barrett. He was married to Mary. She was a Mary McCoy before she was married, and they lived there. And he was the guide to the St. Kevin's Bed. Years ago, you go over in the boat, which was 6 old pence,
Right.
and he met him on the far side of the lake, and he charged you 6 old pence to go up, but the price went up. And this old lady came one day and she wouldn't give the boatman a shilling because she said it was too dear anyway. So the boatman let her on to the far side, and Paddy Barrett, my granduncle, was there, and he says, "There's a shilling, ma'am." "No," she said, "I only pay sixpence and that's it." All right, see, so he brought her up, got her into the bed, and that's all right. After a while, she says, "Guide, I want to come out. Give me a hand." He says, "Throw down the sixpence," he says, "or you'll stay there all night." That was Paddy Barrett. Okay, so he was a great character. So I could write books about him,
Yeah.
especially the time he said to the wife, he'd 4 daughters, no son,
Right.
and he said he'd bring the children to the zoo. So he got on Dodds bus and he went up to the zoo, to Dublin, let them off Stephen's Green and brought them into Stephen's Green where the ducks. He told them this was the zoo. And he went across the pub and he got minerals and crisps for them, and he said, "You stay there now till I come back." So they said, "Right." And he went in and he had a few drinks. He told the busman to call him when he was going home to Glendalough, which he did. And when he went home, he went into the pub, and next minute the wife sent him for the kids. Oh my God, he says, he'd forgotten the children at the zoo. So he had to get Roger Miley, the taximan local here, to go up and collect them at the zoo. So that was Paddy.
He left him in Dublin.
And as I say, he's buried in Glendalough and Mary too.
So are they in the Holden family plot, or is there a separate plot
There
for
is
the
a
Barretts?
separate plot there for the two of them, yeah.
Okay.
Near where St. Kevin's kitchen is.
Okay.
That section now there. Yeah.
Okay. And John, in terms of the other families who are around here, like what are the most common surnames in this locality at the moment?
Oh, in the well, Burns would be that would be the main one
Yeah.
in the valley.
Yeah.
Every second headstone, I would say, were Burns.
Yeah.
There are Kavanaghs as well,
Yeah.
and Nolans. My family are Holdens, but there's only 2 graves
Right.
of those,
Right.
because my grandfather came over from Lancashire,
Right.
and that's why they're just. But it's a Kenny name actually.
Yeah.
But I never made any contact with those in
Those.
Kenny.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did make them in Lancashire, all
Right.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
They came looking for us, and
Did they?
mm-hmm.
Can you remember what part of Lancashire they were in?
Oh God, I couldn't remember.
No.
Not at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, but we're Lancashire anyway.
You don't have a Lancashire accent anymore, anyway.
No. I was born in Glendalough. so-
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. It's funny. All the family that were over there ended up having the same Christian names as the family in Glendalough.
Right.
So I was able to bring them to Derrybone, where all their grandfathers originated from,
Right.
and they were delighted with it.
Yeah.
They all had the same names,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Bridget and Seamus and John.
Yeah.
Every one of them same name,
Right.
surname,
Right.
or their Christian name.
In Lancashire,
In
as well as here
Yeah.
in the valleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? My grandfather, who was very small at the time, and the father and mother died of a flu, and they were only 40 years of age, and they came over to Derrybone here to be reared by their uncle
Right.
in Derrybone.
Yeah.
But the rest of the family were in Lancashire.
Yes. How far away is Derrybone from where we are now?
About just over the hill from here.
Right.
So you're only talking about a mile and a half over the hill.
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Were your family farming, John, when they came over first?
Yeah, they were farming, yeah.
Yeah.
It was farming, yeah.
Right. Now, in terms of the survey that we've been involved with, I think I know you 3 years now.
Yeah.
Is it? Four. So we've surveyed all the headstones in the graveyard.
We have indeed.
Yeah, and you were one of our main sources for information on the families.
I knew the families, but I knew the townlands, I think, was
Yes.
a help.
Yes.
Because some people wouldn't have known what,
Yes.
especially the old graves,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know what the townlands were.
Yeah.
But we got there anyway.
We did. Yeah. Now you were saying something about your relative who found them online recently herself.
Oh yeah, my cousin left here, just lives where we are now besides, but she left, all her family left, there were 9 of them, and they left here in 1961 to go to Galway to work for a hotel, the father did. And this girl, she's my first cousin, went to Manchester because she was of age, and she went, and she's there ever since.
Right.
And she was looking up something the other night, and suddenly she came across historic graves, and she followed and all, and she came across all the people that she went to school with,
Yeah.
and their parents, and she spent 2 days on looking them up,
Looking at headstones.
and looking at the headstones. She rang my sister, and she was over the moon because it brought it all back to her. I mean, she's away for 58 years.
Yeah.
And all her
Yeah.
friends and
Yeah.
who she lived beside
Yeah.
were coming up
Yeah.
in the graveyard.
Yeah.
You know?
And all because of the survey we all did together.
So it's
Yeah.
all that. So my sister was telling her that I was involved
Yeah.
in it. So
Yeah.
so that's it.
So we did
Her
some
name
good.
was Marge Staken, but she married a chap from Derry. But they're living ever
Manchester.
since Manchester, yeah.
All right. Brilliant. Okay. You've now gone about 4 times longer than I intended.
I don't cut everything out.
No. So I can definitely use 3 things in that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm just going to try one other question that comes to mind. So it seems to me like hotels have been an important part of the livelihood in Glendalough.
Yeah.
That there's one hotel here now. Is that right?
There's one hotel. There were 3 hotels.
Yeah.
And the Wynn family owned the hotel here.
Yeah.
It was called the Royal Hotel, but it's why it's called the Royal Hotel was the Prince of Wales arrived here in 1871, and they call it then the Royal Hotel.
Okay.
And that went on then till the 80s when the manager John Casey bought it from the Winds, and he changed the name to the Glendalough Hotel.
Okay.
And that was in the 80s, you know.
Okay.
But that was the main source of income to the locals here.
Right.
Because it was a summer, in those days here, it was just a summer business.
Yes.
And nearly everyone in the valley worked in it, whether it was the bar or the kitchen or the dining room,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And it was a great income. The Smiths were managing it at that time, prior to the 60s. Jack Smith and Olive was Olive Freeman, and they ran it, and they were very good to the locals.
Yeah.
That when they be leaving at the end of the year, they give them a bonus,
Right.
which had carry them on until the March.
Right.
It opened on the 17th of March every year,
Right.
and it went on then till September.
Right.
That's when it
Yeah.
closed up.
That was a good season.
Now there was another hotel, and it was part owned by the Winds called the Lake Hotel, but the Lake Hotel only opened again for the summer, and it was there. But then there was another hotel. It was in 1922 was burnt down in the troubles at the time.
You pull your hand down there now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It was burnt down the troubles.
Burnt down troubles time, yeah.
Right. As part of that.
As part of that, 1922.
Right.
So that was.
Right. So that affected livelihoods of families as well.
That was near Reeford Church.
Right. Okay.
That's where that was. You know?
And that. So
but
that.
I didn't know that. I was born then anyway.
Yeah.
Because my father was telling me about it.
All right.
There is a photograph. It was in the Glendalough book actually.
Yeah. And there's no remains of that hotel really.
No, completely
Completely gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Completely gone.
Okay.
But the other one that was Lake Hotel used to be called Richardson's Hotel.
Yeah.
And then he got old and all, and the winds took it over, and then it was sold eventually to the forestry.
Okay.
They knocked it.
Okay.
The Lake Hotel as well. So we've only the one. There was another one over the road. It was Lara House Hotel.
Right.
And it's it's gone years too.
Yeah. In terms of what we've been doing in the graveyard, John, a key part of it is looking after the graveyard and cutting it and caring for it, and that means a lot to you.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, because a lot of people came and said you don't kind of look after your graveyard, and unfortunately we couldn't do much about it because we hadn't ownership of it.
Yes.
But as time has gone on, we're beginning to help out, and people have come on board, and we're kind of prune things now and
so
make it look presentable.
Yeah, brambles and
rhododendrons,
get rid of them.
Especially rhododendrons.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that across at Tempernish, which the National Park own, there were all rhododendrons damaging their ruins there, and they're gone now.
Yeah.
And they got rid of them.
Yeah.
And same in Kerry.
Yeah.
They've been fighting for years in Kerry, the National Park in Kerry. So we're hoping, we've only 3 lots, I think, of them in our graveyard.
Yeah.
And we hope that we can get rid of them for good. They're the wild ones. They're wild. They're not modern. What do you call them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's what I want to know. Yeah, because we can use the last bit then as well in terms of why the group does this. Without actually giving out about anybody.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, and so you were very diplomatic.
John was a guard, so he's very diplomatic.
I don't believe that.
Sorry, John.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I forgot about that joke there.
Yeah.
Well done, John.
Yeah.
Really.